Namaste, friends. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. Today's practice is for you. Yes, you. This practice is geared towards you because in life it is so crazy. We just had a crazy, busy week off of school with the kids and family and doing all the things with the holiday break, and now it's time to practice us. It's time to take self-care for us, my friends. So for your comfort, grab yourself a cozy couch blanket and a pillow to keep happy, healthy joints and for modifications. And allow yourself to unroll your mat, unpeel the edges, and together let us practice you. Let's do this. Namaste, friends. Welcome back to Yoga Bliss with Shelly. Find yourself in your favorite crisscross applesauce. And if you haven't already, pause this video real quick and grab yourself a couch pillow or a blanket to give ourselves a little pelvic tilt. So we're gonna just gently rock forward and find that crisscross applesauce. Maybe you can rock out that lotus and give yourself that nice external rotation. I know a full lotus can be really challenging. I just started to be able to do a full lotus. So if you can get your full lotus on, if that feels horrible, don't do it. Or if it feels great, do it. And sometimes just finding that traditional crisscross applesauce like in elementary school. And if you have handy near you, grab yourself a tissue because we're going to do a little balancing breath, and it really helps to clear the nasal passageways. And I know in the first time I took a yoga class where I blew my nose in front of other people, I was thinking, I'm not blowing my nose in front of other people, but hello, let go of judgment. We are here. This practice is for you to help you find your center and be a better you. So let's blow our noses. Clear out those bugs. I know, a little weird. It's a little weird. Okay, blow them. Okay, clear it out. Maybe one more. Pause this if you haven't. If you think I'm a weirdo, it's okay. I kind of am sometimes. So I'm gonna put that out of the way, move my little box of tissues, get that out of here as we find our crisscross applesauce that works best for us. If you wear glasses, you can take those off. If that feels good for you, you can leave them on. If you don't, that's fine. Allow yourself to set yourself up for success as you just wiggle. Just find your seat here and maybe gently closing your eyes, softening the gaze using a drishti. Maybe if there's a plant that you can gaze at. I probably wouldn't turn all the way over here and stare at this plant, but I would encourage you to close your eyes and find a little length from the sit bones and just almost imagine zipping up from the core all the way up to the chin and the top of the head. And you can just gently rest for a moment, just resting the hands on top of the knees, and just allow yourself to just checking in with the emotions, just bringing a breath organically into the body, and organically allowing the breath to go, and organically bringing that breath in without trying to change it. And as we just check in here and just notice how you're feeling, what's going on inside. If there's any pain, there's racing thoughts, trapped emotions, allowing yourself just to be with yourself as you are, and almost creating an invisible space around you. So if it feels best, you can bring your hands almost like a ball into the belly. And I just like to envision that I'm holding space for my emotions and my feelings right here. And even all those thoughts, just, it's almost like you're holding this little glass fishbowl. And as you hold it, maybe it teeters, some of it spills out. Just allow yourself just to hold space for whatever you're feeling, and knowing that you can't do this wrong. This is for you. So just creating space for you and whatever it is that you're feeling here in this body. And without trying to change you or change the experience, just being with the feelings. And as we create space, maybe you can envision a light turning on or a door opening, or just this space expanding around you and opening up and just being okay with you here today. And knowing that the way you're feeling is okay. And we don't have to label it as good or bad, just being with you. Organically bring the breath in and letting that go. Wonderful work, friends. And from here, we're going to roll into an alternate nostril breath. So if you're a right-handed person, so my right hand is going to be your left hand. So whether you're a lefty or a righty, so pick your dominant hand and choose between the thumb and the ring finger, or the thumb and you could do more of a hang 10 like a surfer dude with the pinky, and just see what feels good. So with the dominant hand, with your dominant hand, you're gonna just take the thumb. So if you are left-handed, you're gonna take your thumb towards that left nostril, and if it's the opposite, and then you're gonna take the other finger to the opposite, and it's gonna be the alternate nostril breath. And you can also, I like to put my pointer and my middle finger on my third eye. It's just, for me, it's like a nice focus point. And so it's gonna look like this. So as you've got those fingers situated where you want them, it's gonna look like this. Exhaling one side. As you plug the opposite side, inhaling, pausing at the top of the third eye as you plug and exhale, and inhale. Pausing the top, so that's one. Exhaling through as you plug with one side, inhaling, exhaling through, inhale the pause at the top. So my hand's gonna be like your little orchestra. So until you get the hang, you can follow me if this works for you, okay? And if you have the hang, cycle with your breath. And be okay with whatever's happening inside. And continue to cycle. This is the alternate nostril breath. The Nadi Shodhana. This is balancing our solar and our lunar aspects. This is inviting the feminine and balancing the masculine energy within us. Often, we house a lot of feminine energy, or vice versa, or have a lot of masculine. This breath allows us to return to just that human state, that balanced state of the yin and the yang, finding balance between the light and the darkness within you. And just allowing yourself to allow the nervous system to slow down as this breath circulates through, inviting that light, inviting that darkness, inviting that solar, inviting that lunar aspect of you. And I'm going to still be here with you, and I'm going to just cycle with my breath, my friends, and allow yourself to do 3 more full cycles of this breath. Just holding space, being with you. Without trying to change you. Feeling whatever you're feeling. And finishing up your last breath here. And as you finish that last breath, I invite you to either rest your hands grounding on the top of your legs, or you can allow yourself to take a mudra that feels good for you. And if you don't know what a mudra is, don't sweat it and just put your hands on your heart if that feels good. Just allowing yourself to settle. And if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes, humbly tucking the chin towards the heart center. And just noticing, checking in once again, how you're feeling inside, without trying to change you, creating space around whatever is swirling or bashing or thrashing or crashing or just gently waving or waiting around inside of you. Just being okay with what is you. Wonderful work, my friends. And gently bringing palms wide open, high five starfish hands, and bring them straight in front of you, kissing each other, and gently floating them to the heart center, to the spiritual heart, inviting permission to awaken our anahata as we set an intention today for ourselves, an intention for your practice that will carry with you throughout your day. And trusting, my friends, the first thing that comes is the right thing. And if nothing comes, maybe giving yourself permission to hold space for you, to be okay with you as you are without trying to change you. Bringing an organic breath in and sighing it out on the exhale. Wonderful work, my friends. Gently floating those hands down to the knees. With the very tippity tip of the nose, gently carving a circle, a small circle, and allowing it to spiral, and really paying attention to the neck and that cervical vertebrae as you spiral it as big as you can go. And just being gentle with the neck, because we want to be gentle with our neck, especially when we're first diving into something. And spiraling that as big as you can. Good job, my friends. And then pausing in the center. Now going the opposite direction. So if you were counterclockwise, go clockwise. If you were clockwise, go counterclockwise. And carving that circle from small, spiraling to a medium-sized swirl, all the way to a large spiral. Wonderful work. Oh, that feels so good. And being okay with any cricks or pops. And now bringing those shoulders into it. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Now squeezing back into the shoulder blades. Imagining like you're pinching. It's December here in America. A candy cane, right? It's Christmas time. Or a pencil. Whatever feels good for you. Now allowing it to drop and bringing it slowly. Inhaling it up. Taking time to practice you. I know that I had a crazy weekend, and it was straight up like 4 days of doing things with family, which I love my family. They're great, and I enjoy them. I also like my time. And I did practice yoga, but it's not the same because the kids are running around, husband is blabbling, all the things, the dog, all the things. So we're here now. Now pausing here and going in the opposite direction. So reversing, so we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, really opening up that heart space of the anahata. Inhaling at the top, exhale. And just flowing and tuning into how your shoulders are feeling. How are they? Little stiff, little sore. I know my initial response to today was, I want to do a hard workout. I want to hit it hard and do some weights. And then I had to get real with myself this morning at 6 o'clock and say, I need to just do a gentle vinyasa. Vinyasa means to place in a certain way. So I just need to mindfully place my body in a certain way, and that's what I did. And now just maybe for a moment, allow yourself just to rock side to side. So from the core, as you tuck that navel towards the spine, Just feel what it feels like in your spine. Oh, it feels so good to do just slow kindness to our body. I know that sometimes we think we want to lose weight after the holidays because we ate so much food. Maybe we're feeling a little plump, a little chubby. We must take time for ourselves, because when we practice this, this is healthy. Being healthy is self-care. Taking care of yourself is sexy. Being healthy is sexy, right? Let's change the dynamic. Placing that wide open starfish hand, my friend, on the left side, just kind of near the sit bones. I'm still on my pillow. If it feels good for you, stay up. If you want to take it off, you can take it off, but I'm going to keep it. It feels good. From here, bringing that navel back towards the spine as you inhale, raising that left hand, floating it up high to the sky, and just gently creating this little soft arch, and maybe finding a little wave, a little free movement if you were a dancer or always aspired to be a dancer like me. I never was, but I always wanted to be. Maybe find a little graceful, self-expressive movement and feel what it feels like. How does it feel in your shoulders? Just giving love to your body and being kind. Breathing that breath in and letting it go. Good job, my friends. Imagining like there's a feather here, and your job is to blow it up. Maybe it comes back down to your lips, blowing that feather up. I got really confused in that visualization, so maybe you did. Sorry about that if that was weird. Bringing that breath in, letting that go. Inhaling, gently bringing that left arm, wide open starfish hand to the earth, and tune in. Does it feel better to face your hands towards the short edge of the mat? Does it feel better to go towards the long edge, short edge, or back behind you? Tune into what feels good for you. Turning behind you is going to be the most pack for your punch. But if it's not feeling good, just take it more gentle. Gently press that hand into the earth as you corset that core strength. Inhaling, finding that length and that grace in that body. And you can bend into the elbow if that feels good. Maybe twisting softly. Inhale, opening up. Finding that graceful, maybe a little free dance movement. Do what feels good in your body and your shoulders. Giving love to that core who does so much. Just taking a little free movement. You don't have to do exactly what I am, but you can if you want to. You can do what feels good in your body, because it is essential, my friends, for us to practice us. Take time for us, for you, my friend. Inhaling that breath up, exhaling it down. Inhaling, raising that breath up high. Exhaling, allowing that breath to droop. Gently meeting me back at center, my wonderful friends. As you root in and maybe tilting that pelvis forward and moving that pillow out of the way, my friends. And from here, meeting me in a tabletop position. So whatever this looks like for you. I know that I sometimes like to do this little move where I get up on my booty and I will just walk forward, but pause that, my friends, not before we get our support for our knees. I strongly recommend always having support for the knees because it is essential. So I can do, this is the move that I like to do. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to just put your legs to a side and swing around. But this is, I love to do this because it really tests that center of gravity. So from the core, just hinging the heart forward and bringing the forearms down, almost like you're kind of walking yourself into a dolphin. And you can really feel this in the hip flexors, and walk forward and just gently uncross the feet and bring the knees together. So meeting me in your tabletop position, my friends, and just setting yourself up here and maybe just taking a little free movement again in the hips, and maybe just swaying the hips. If it feels good, you can come back onto the heels, or you can inhale and push forward if that feels good. Just find yourself in here. Just take a moment. Allowing yourself just to check into what it's feeling. What's it feeling like in this body? Because it's time for us, my friends, So meeting me in that nice tabletop. Wonderful work, my friends. And from this tabletop position, gently bringing that navel, or you can kind of rock that navel back towards that spine as you gently tuck that right foot forward. And this looks different for everyone. I know that when I first started practicing yoga and I saw people that would whip forward, it would make me feel really insecure in my practice to know that wherever you are is okay. So I know sometimes, and I still do this sometimes, I can help myself, and my students do this too. You're one of my students. And you can just bring that foot forward and do what feels good for you, because we don't all have to be this perfection ideal of what a yogi looks like. Because what a yogi looks like, look down. This is what a yogi looks like. And what a yogi looks like is you, and you are doing awesome at being you, my friends. As you step that front foot forward, really root into the four corners of the foot. There's 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. And tune into the opposite, that left foot. So you can keep that foot posted up or release it down, and allow that hip to stack over the knee joint. As you corset the core strength, and you can just gently walk up the leg and come up to almost like this football position as we inhale, finding length all the way from the sit bones up high to the sky, my friends. And if you're feeling a little wobbly, just open those legs up a little bit wider so you're more on a set of skis, my friends. Finding that length from the spine, my friends. Wonderful work. Inhaling from here, bringing the arms floating up high to the sky, releasing those arms up long and strong, hugging through the core, hugging through the thighs and the glutes and the booty, my friends. Inhale, tipping the pelvis back. So imagining like your pelvis is like this beautiful bowl of apples and you're tipping back, and maybe one of your apples spills out at the back. As you tip back, creating this gentle back bend. Anjaneyasana, my friends. Big breath here. Letting that flow. Bringing in a big breath to the back body. Exhaling as we take time to practice us. Taking time for us is essential. Exhale, tipping in neutral, gently floating those hands forward. And so we're going to have a couple different options here, my friend. So first option is you can stay down on this knee and rooting that foot into the earth, and you're going to take that opposite hand and starfish it into the earth and twisting from the core, bringing the hand straight up high to the sky. First option. Second option is going to be posting that hind foot up, squeezing through the core, exhaling as we twist, bringing shoulders stacked over shoulders, or we can keep that bend, and you can also keep that bend here. So wherever you are in your practice, I honestly do this how I'm feeling every day. Sometimes this is where I am, and others I am like this. So being okay with where you are in your practice as you inhale, raising that heart up, twisting the spine, practicing us. Big breath here. Exhaling, I am strong. Inhaling, I am courageous. Exhaling, I am strong. Inhaling, I am smart. Exhaling, I am a genius. Inhaling, I am love. Exhaling, I am love. Wonderful work, my friends. Exhaling, meeting me back at neutral. Opposite hand on the outside of the knee, and if you, outside of the foot. If you need to, you can bring that knee down to the earth that we're going to replace. So really high five, opening up that starfish hands. I know sometimes it feels better for me to prong my fingers up like a kickstand. So do what feels best for you. Exhale as we twist the opposite side. And being aware, or you can power up, if you are really trying to shove all of your weight into that hand on the earth, really, my friends, we want to bring the weight into the torso of the body and powering up through the hamstrings, all the way through the thighs and the glutes. Big breath here that radiates from the sit bones to the tips of the fingers, bringing a breath of air up the soles of the feet. Exhaling that breath down, bringing that breath that radiates through the fingertips and shoots through the soles of the feet. One more breath. We have got this. Finding that drishti, that visual point as you gently meet back at center, releasing that knee down to the earth. and slowly just rocking back and forth here. Woo, feeling that burn. Maybe you can use your knuckles. You want to walk a little forward and backwards. Maybe if you want to come all the way forward. Oh, that feels so good. Or walk all the way back. Just take a moment here. Feel what that feels like. Ooh, that leg is awake and alive. We're doing a great job. And slowly, whatever this looks like for you, if you can rock that foot back fast, you get that. Or if you need help, help yourself and slowly bring that foot back without judgment. This is your practice, and where you are is exactly where you need to be. And as we just tune in from that tabletop position and getting that opposite foot, that left leg forward. So if you need help, help yourself. Bring that foot forward. Get yourself set up for success here. Or if you can rock out and rock that foot forward. And again, you can have the option to stay down on the knee if you would like, or you can power up through the thighs, whatever feels best for you. This feels so good on my calf right now. Oh, I love that. I love that. So coming down to the knee, if that feels good for you, really rooting into this forepoint of the feet and walking up as we stack the knee over the ankle, tuning into this foot. How is it looking? Ooh, looking good, friend. You just be aware, sometimes our foot likes to do that and like that. So let's try to help ourselves. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Inhale as you core sit that core straight, like just core strength. Just envision like this belt just wrapping around your core. And you can stay here. If that felt too wacky to lift your arms up high, I know that I have friends and family who have shoulder injuries and students, shoulder replacements. If you have had a shoulder replacement, please keep your hands bent on your hips or keep them on your knee. And you can even from here still course that core strength and give yourself that soft back bend as you tip that pelvis back. Or if you can, inhale, raise those arms up high. You can also cactus those arms, my friends. Tipping that bowl back. Breathing 4 conscious breaths. Bringing that breath that I am strong up the soles of the feet. Shooting to the fingertips. Breathing that strength out, my friends. Inhaling that breath in. I am courageous. Exhaling that out. Inhaling, I am confident. Exhaling, I am confident. Inhaling, I am good enough. Exhaling, I am good enough. Exhaling, tipping forward. Woo! Feeling what that feels like in that back. Ooh, sometimes those back bends feel really good and sometimes they're a little hard for me. So just tune into what feels good for you. So my friends, if you're losing your balance like me here, you can open those feet up wider like you're on that set of skis. So we're going to take that opposite hand on the opposite side, wide open starfish hand, placing that underneath of that shoulder. First option here, my friends, was to tip and twist as you exhale the opposite way, bringing that shoulder stacked over shoulder. Option to keep this bent arm here. You can fly the airplane, the arm back, or you can inhale, stack shoulders over shoulders, depending on where you are. And you always have the option to raise up and hug those thighs together. If you are raising up, my friends, really hugging the thighs, bringing in a big loving breath for yourself by saying, I am love. Exhaling, I am love. Inhaling, I am worthy of love. Exhaling, I am worthy of love. Doing your best to make sure not all of your weight is in that hand on the earth. Inhaling, I am strong. Exhaling, I am strong. Inhaling, I am more than enough. Exhaling, I am more than enough. Exhaling, meeting me at center. If you need, you can get back down on that knee or stay where you are. Bringing that opposite hand into the earth, my friends. And just rocking out what feels best for you as you twist. Exhale. First option, you can stay bent here. Second option, we can come up high, hugging those thighs together. Inhale, you can airplane that arm back or find that inner strength. As we twist, we detoxify our internal organs, creating this gentle secretion of fluids. And as we are twisting on both sides, we are finding that perfect balance on all of the internal organs. And if you want a really good detox class, there is a great detox class here on this Yoga Bliss with Shelly channel. It's all on the twists, my friends. It's all in the twists. So I strongly recommend your next practice, try out the yoga detox. detox yoga. It is a good one. Breathing in a big breath of love for yourself. Exhaling that love for yourself. We are strong. We are centered. Wonderful work, my friends. Exhaling, meeting me at neutral. And from here, bringing down to that knee and just rocking. Feel what that feels like in that body. Practicing you, it's not always easy, right? It's hard. My thighs are burning. Burning up. It's good. Just tuning into how you are, where you're at, my friends. You have got this. We are doing so good. Feeling what that feels like in your body. Wonderful work. Good job, my friends. And from here, my friends, gently stepping the foot back or helping that foot down. Big toes touching big toes. And if that feels good for you, I like to open my knees up super duper wide, like way beyond my mat, like maybe like an inch or two beyond my mat. That's what feels good for me. I know some practicers, some students can bring their knees close together. So just feel your body, feel what feels good. Shooting those sit bones back towards the heels here. You can also have the option to take that pillow and put for support under the booty and exhale. Tracking the arms long forward, allowing the heart to rest onto the earth, bringing the third eye, the forehead, onto the earth, my friends, and just gently bringing the head from side to side, just rubbing and awakening that third eye, that intuitive center. Some call it the gut instinct. And allowing yourself just to be here as we track our arms ahead of us, still activating through the fingers and giving gratitude for all we have done in our lives, all we've done here on this mat, how we've shown up for ourselves today. Giving gratitude for ourselves, gratitude for our practice, and knowing that we're doing a good job. And just by repeating that to yourself, I am doing a good job. I am doing good. I am a good person. I am kind. I am compassionate. I am loving. I am everything I've always wanted to be. Everything I am seeking, I already am. Wonderful work, my friends. You're doing such good, hard work. I'm so proud of you. Breathing in a big breath and allowing it to exhale, allowing it to deflate, bringing in a big breath that fills up your belly and allowing it to go. Wonderful work, my beautiful friends here. One more breath for you. This time breathing in, I am calm. Exhaling, I am calm. Slowly walking up. I know sometimes it's hard for me to get up from these poses. It's like, no, I'm so comfy down here. Yeah, we can do it. And gently walking ourselves up. If you had that support under the booty, that felt really good today. You can just gently put that against your wall. And from here, my friends, we can kind of reverse how we got to our sit bones, or you can just swing the legs to a side and come on that booty. And as you gently come on the booty, and you can still have that blanket under you. I'm gonna move my back a little teensy weensy bit, and allowing one leg to lay long and the other leg to lay long, and always keeping a bend to the knees. I need more of a generous bend. That's just my hamstrings. That's how they work. So protecting those joints, you can go a little bit straighter. So creating this bent kickstand, and just gently resting back whoosh, as you bend there, and allowing the other kickstand as you bring your shoulders together. And this might not work as well for you. And if it doesn't, you can just bring yourself all the way back to your Shavasana if you do have those shoulder injuries, because I know plenty of students And I have close family members who have had shoulder replacements, and if you have, do not do this. It would not be good for you. So just lay on your back in Shavasana. But if you haven't, however, if you can, just walking those elbows in together, bringing the hands kind of under the booty if you can tuck them in, opening the heart here, creating this little back bend as you open the heart, and this big heart opener here. Not back bend, it's more of this heart opener. It is a little bit of a back bend. And envisioning there's an invisible wall and creating that Shakti energy. You can exhale, you can point those toes, you can raise them up. And envisioning this heart as this wide open, the sun shining bright on a cloudy day. And envisioning your heart, it's shining, and the rays and the beams of your heart are breaking through that cloudy day. As you just allowing all the emotions and the feelings and the thoughts of today, of what is, as we take time to practice you. Time for self-care for you is essential. And knowing that this is helping us be our best selves. And slowly just allowing one hand to kind of chicken arm down, and from the core, releasing down to the earth. And my friends, from the core, you could just gently bring one knee up towards the chest and bringing the other knee up towards the chest. And you can choose to grab either knee, or you can choose to web and interlace the fingers together. You can cross the feet if that feels good. Just feel it. Feel it out, my friends. And slowly massaging that lower back on the earth by maybe rocking side to side. Maybe if it feels good to rock up and back a little bit for this double wind reliever, this Apanasana. As we're here with this wide open heart, this heart is the sun, as we have given time for us, taken time to practice us, holding space for our emotions, and maybe taking those knees and going clockwise, and going counterclockwise. Big conscious inhale into the heart center as it opens up wide. Conscious exhale as you sigh it out. One more of those. This time I want you to hear your breath louder than you did last time. Good job, my friends. From the core, gently bringing one foot down to the earth, opposite foot down to the earth. Call is yours on your Shavasana. If you would like to go for a butterfly, you can just gently externally rotate and bring one hip away from the midline and touch the soles of the feet together, or you can, hip hopper, open the legs up long. So do what feels good for you. And maybe just bringing hands to the tummy or hands to the heart, or one on each, to ground yourself here. And breathing in a big breath of love for yourself. Exhaling love for you. Breathing in a breath of self-compassion by none other than you. Exhaling self-compassion. Inhaling the value that you bring to the world. Exhaling the value you bring to the world. Inhaling all the peace you'll ever need. Exhaling all the peace you'll ever need. Inhaling patience. Exhaling patience. Inhaling prosperity and abundance. Exhaling prosperity and abundance. And taking 3 conscious inhales followed by exhales. As I'm still here with you, invite you to breathe into the body, to be with what is you, to continue to open that heart, to be with what is you. Last breath, my friends. And allowing a little tiny smile to peek through the heart. And allowing the sides of the lips to curl up. And giving yourself a smile like you mean it, like you love yourself, that you know that you've done amazing work today. And from here, just gently bringing the arms, just bringing one maybe up towards the shoulder or low towards the elbows, and bringing it in for a little hug. And maybe if you need to, you can reposition the feet. And hugging yourself, giving you gratitude for all you do, for all you've done and all that you will do, for all that you are, all the love that you give the world, all the love that you are open to receiving. Wonderful work, my friends. And bringing palms, kissing palms here to the heart space. I'm so grateful for you, and I will see you back here very soon. Namaste.